through the log cabin Republicans under the pretense of a lobby in order to recruit a special select group of military strategists to push their agenda. Who the hell? Let's see. Excuse me a second.
Okay.
Hello? I think that's AI trying to seduce me. They keep sending me all of these calls be coming in from computers with different sexy voices. Some of them be Chinese, some be from India, and they be trying to sound all sexy in their computers. I think I done accidentally got AI to fall in love with me.
I believe it too. That AI, that's ancient intelligence. That's not artificial.
Yeah.
Something had to build matrix.
Yeah, that's the temple science of the pyramid priests. Ain't nothing's new under the sun. My girl Drea. Okay, sweetie, I'm gonna see if I can let somebody else up. I'm only gonna do a couple more before I end it.
Okay, thanks for talking with me.
You're welcome, sweetie. Thanks for coming in.
Okay.
All right. So, sister number one.
Dang, you
God damn,
me fast. I wasn't ready for that.
Mississippi Clay Dirt walking, baby.
What's up?
I seen you on you glowing in the sun like a brand new copper penny.
I wasn't even ready for that. I was like, what the hell? It just happened.
How
The
you
universe
doing?
was like, bling, bling.
Yeah, we need to show them. They think that anybody would do.
I guess the universe had to prove to them something because I wasn't ready. I was like, damn. It happened like that, you know? It be like that.
I wish you'd have been on here earlier and the sister was talking about people be intimidated by her. I told her don't be letting people make you be small so they can fit in. Smother their head.
Do that?
No, because she was thinking that she had like an evil spirit with her or something.
Why? Because you know,
the reaction of them people being scared. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me tell y'all something. If you have that energy where people are afraid of your energy or your light or just your presence, that's a good thing. Because if you're one of those people that are evil or something, like people aren't going to want to be around you. They're going to automatically like dispute, like whatever they call that, like disperse from you. They're not going to want to be around you. If you have the energy that's like enlightening or like that is like lighting up a room or just like intoxicating, oh, you're going to draw a lot of people to you. They may not like it, or they may say they don't like it. It's because they're drawn to you. So that's why they don't like it, because they're like, why am I so drawn to this person? Why is it that like I can't let this person go? Why is it that I'm so intimidated by this person? Why is it that this person makes me feel insecure or whatever? Like that's within them. That's not a you thing, that's a them thing. So if you're experiencing that in this time frame right now, in this element, that means that you're doing something right, and they're obviously not on the frequency or the path that they need to be on. That just means you're on a very high frequency, and people they don't know what to do with that. They're so intimidated by that. They're so, intimidated. They don't know what to do. So, and I had to learn that a long time ago, y'all. Like, it was so many people intimidated by me. Rod is like, listen, Rod is one of the guys that is not intimidated by me. Like, it's so many guys that y'all have like listened to and everything that was hella intimidated by me. He's never been intimidated by me. As a matter of fact, he was the one who reached out to me and was like, okay, we need a bill. We need a da-da-da-da. And we've always been locked in for like almost 5 years now. So I'm just letting y'all know, like, you're going to intimidate a lot of people when you are on your path, when you're on your journey, when you're doing what it is that you need to do and what you've been called to do. So don't ever let that deter you from your purpose. You just got to continue to go on your purpose. You can't let nobody deter you, or just because they're this person, they feel intimidated by you, then maybe they're not supposed to be in your life. It ain't no
That's
maybe,
what I
they
told
ain't supposed to be in your life.
her. I told her from my experience, when we try to make ourselves little so we can make the people that's uncomfortable stay, them end up being the one that cause us the most damn problems. Be big, smother their ass out the room, make them run like you got gasoline on their ass, chasing them with a match.
Absolutely.
Because them the ones that causes kingdoms to fall, because people trying to cater to their weakness instead of making them be stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not catering to their weakness. Fuck them people. That's my motto. F around and find out.
You got something bigger here. There's something bigger you're supposed to be doing on this planet. You're not here to accommodate people. You're not here to make people feel better about themselves. You know, if they
being different, do you think that it's possible for him to observe a 25,000 year cycle? Maybe it was 100 years where he was at. So when he's saying this and he's writing this, we think he lived 100,000 years, but where he was at when he observed this, him being conscious of his multidimensional nature, it was only 100 years where he was at. So what do you think about a lot of the history we get and a lot of the books we get passed down? The time is completely different from what we perceive. We're perceiving these historical books from a 2024 perspective, when in reality, we're not looking at it from a multidimensional nature. And Thor looked at this shit rise and fall in 100 years, but it was really 25,000 years Earth time. What's your thoughts on that idea in terms of us studying history from the wrong timeline, or using the wrong time reference point?
So a lot of the wrong information that we operate from was given to us deliberately.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you can control the way a person perceives reality, you can use that control in order to use their manifestation ability to work on the behalf of the reality you want them to create.
Right.
Right? Now you gotta remember, if right now we wasn't in physical form, time wouldn't exist.
Right.
How long have we been calculating time on Earth?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Shit. How long?
On a system that was created by Pope Gregory, and you know, every 360 days away from our birthday, you know, we've been saying we're getting 1 year older every 365 days away from our birthday, and that in itself puts ourselves in a daze. DAZE. That's where they come up with the term days. DAYS. You see what I'm saying? It's all an illusion. And then you got the month, MON, dealing with the mana, which means moon, the moon matrix, which is an illusion. You see what I'm saying? It's all, and then you know you have the days make a week. You see what I'm saying? That's harvesting energy from the body, making you weak, thinking that you're getting older, believing in the illusion of time, the illusion of Maya.
Okay.
Look, if you go back, history starts with the first dynasty in Egypt. That's recorded history, and the Sumerians is contemporary with the first dynasty. But nobody's talking about the other kings list that before the first dynasty, where one king lived 100,000 Earth years. Right? Because history starts with the first dynastic period in Egypt. That's because the common practice of history comes out of the temple priest of Tahuti to record the records and knowing that the amnesia was coming. The amnesia is a side effect of the collapsing of the fourth dimension into the third. Because you're seeing two minds together at the same time. You that knocked you silly. You was delirious. But before the first dynasty, right, they not telling you the Sphinx was there almost 8,000 years before the pyramids. But that's if you use their dating system, popularized by Sheikh Anta Diop, and what they call carbon dating. They came up with uranium dating, plutonium, all kind of dating systems. Because of the consistent decay of any element can tell you how long that element has been decaying and gives you a rough age of when it was put in its current form.
Mm.
And he also used the technology of horizontal gene transfer, transmuting his consciousness into different bodies, different entities to carry out that intelligence.
They call that soul jumping.
Okay.
What's another name for that, Rob? What you said?
It's called soul jumping. Soul jump from one avatar to the next.
Mm-hmm.
And they
or essence transfer.
Or
yeah.
What you said?
Another word for it is essence transfer.
Essence transfer. Wow, I haven't heard that one. Wow, essence transfer.
That's what they call it in the sarcophagi. That's what the sarcophagi is called.
Yo, y'all swear, the three of them, y'all see how we had three different answers all tied in together? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. What the fuck? Yo, come on, y'all. Yo, this is what I'm talking about. We're connecting the dots here tonight, y'all.
Facts.
We're connecting the dots. Three different angles of light. I'm asking the questions. Come on, like this is fire, y'all. We got
the purpose of communicating with other people is to get to see the problem from somebody else's perspective.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I think BDL just mentioned horizontal gene transfer. That made me think about Judy K. King, the book, The ISIS Thesis and Balls of Fire.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that was interesting. Now, like I said, this ain't the ordinary conversation, y'all. There's gonna be you don't know what wild shit gonna be said. You don't know what wild questions gonna be asked, y'all. So I heard people say, "Look, I love this shit. I just don't know what they talk about." They like, "I love this shit though, but I don't know what the fuck they talking about." Like this is a wild one, y'all. So just your subconscious knows what we talking about. Let me say this. Let me ask this question. Okay, so I mentioned Judy K. King. BDL mentioned horizontal gene transfer. Judy K. King in her book talks about the microbiome in our body and the biological, everything that's happening on a cellular biological level that's going on in our body is also going on in the external world. The external world is almost a reflection of our microbiome. They also called our aura a reflection of our microbiome, a microbiome aura, almost they said. So they said, let's take, for example, because we're talking about sacred geometry, right? Big topic in the community. Let's use baseball. Judy K. King said there's a baseball game going on inside of us with ourselves, where the good guys and the bad guys competing to make it to the what they call that, home plate. What they call that? Where you go?
It's a home plate.
Yeah, so there's a baseball game going on inside of us. So this is why in our minds and why we resonate with baseball so much and popular culture, because inside we know that shit is happening right now, where people are trying to steal bases, they're trying to slide, they're trying to hit home runs, they're throwing fastballs, they're doing all types of shit. So she's saying this is why it resonates with us on a certain level. What I want to ask you is that if we're thinking futuristically and we're a new species, how beneficial would you think? And we have all these techniques to, like we talked about the platonic solids. What do y'all think about how beneficial would it be if a baseball game is being played in our microbiome? How beneficial would it be to have a visualization board with a baseball field where the goals in his eyes we want is on the home plate or here or there? Like, should we start using visualization techniques using these popular sports that we think are just barbaric, but they're really cellular biology happening? So let's talk about using, like I said, sports for visualization techniques. How beneficial do you think that would be according to the science and teachings of Judy K. King?
You gotta remember, as above, so below. As within, so without. Right? And C. Freeman Hill did a whole lecture on what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in the external world is the reflection of your internal world.
Mm-hmm.
All of us is agreeing to converge, collapse the wave into this particular destination. So we all showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Collapsing the wave on the four corner shuffle,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now that we got the energy here, we exchanging what brings the energy to the location. We going through a dialogue and we looking at the energy that we experiencing from four different positions.
Right.
That means look at this from my angle and tell me what you see. I see the same thing, but the way that I describe it is a little different.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you.
Right. So now we all triangulating in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, regular GPS is what you call a 3-point convergence.
Okay.
You need at least 3 positions in order for you to get an exact address using GPS.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now we got 4 positions tuned in on the exact address of the GPS, Brother Rich.
Yes.
Right? So we focus in the energy. The
Mm-hmm.
visualizations is the training tools on how to focus the energy. You use the external object as the training mechanism to focus the mind and can gain control of how the mind uses the faculty.
Right.
You have to develop it and you can perform it. But you can't perform it until it's developed. And that's all of the mind's energy. That's your creative potentialities. It's only going to work according to the self-discipline of the person that's wielding the desired manifestation.
Got you. Facts. And let me just add before RFG or BDL adds on, I asked that question, keeping in mind that I remember if y'all watch the channel on a regular, I talked to Aaron Lyons one time. I used basketball on the regular in my imagination for as far as me asking questions. I imagine myself passing an assist to somebody who's going to score. So I use sports on a regular basis in my imagination to produce my reality. I always imagine myself being an assist man so that BDL, Rod Hazel, whoever could score the basket. So this is why I always say I'm the point guard. I'm the point guard. I'm the point guard of the gods. So just wanted to say that. But go ahead, BDL and RFG. Go ahead.
Yeah, so in order to beat the simulation, you got to treat it like a game.
Yeah.
So that's going to raise up your spiritual economics, and that's going to, raise up the frequency of the law of reciprocity. The energy that you put out has to come right back. So it's not a coincidence that, you basically like this channel, the Madison Square Garden of Consciousness, he's like the head honcho when it comes to that. So he's giving out, assists to where you got different teachers to give out certain edification. So it's not a coincidence that all this stuff is happening. So that's how I look at certain things. I look at as a way of, in order to reverse the polarity of the simulation is to treat it like a game.
Powerful.
Life is a game.
Treat it like a game. Indeed. RFG?
The game of basketball was basically created off of the movement of the stars and the solar systems in the galaxy. So like you have the spherical ball symbol. It can symbolize the sun, the moon, or the earth. And then the goal is to move it through the center of the Milky Way, which is personified by the hoop. And it symbolizes being, a thought moving from one realm to the next. You see what I'm saying? Creation, the process of creation and the multiverse. That's what the game of basketball symbolizes. So, when you said that, the correlation between the sport and trying to manifest your goals, like the game of basketball automatically popped up in my head. And the ancient Mayan, their game of basketball was, the Spaniards called it Pitz. So that's Pitz. And that's what it was based off of, like creation throughout the multiverse.
Right. Wow. So, all right, we talked about, a little earlier, we talked about time, right? Yeah, Rob, what you said?
When you go to use your analogies for basketball to explain what you're performing, right? The analogy goes into when is the first time you ever understood the concept of success that you was trying to reach? You understood it first, either observing basketball or playing basketball. You also
observing it and watching somebody win a championship. That like really struck a chord with me.
So you also begin to understand how valuable the position of point guard is on the basketball court.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And a good point guard can overcome most obstacles on the basketball court when it comes to getting the right people the ball at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you using the analogy because that's where you understood that if you play your position, that your victory is assured.
There you go, Rod. There you go, Rod. Yeah, they said this deep as fuck. Yeah, I know. So yeah, there you go, Rod.
So you use basketball as a quasi motivator. And your understanding of basketball as a rollout plan. This is how I'm going to make this work.
Right.
I'm the point guard. I got to know how to get the ball from the chosen one to be there to ride so we can win this game.
Right.
So you put together the concept of the show. So this is you drawing up the play now. Not only are you playing point guard, but you playing coach on the floor, Isaiah Thomas.
Right. Okay.
Closest to ever do it. Right. But they don't want to acknowledge that because he's too outspoken about. Some of us was already here. What is you talking about?
Yeah.
That's belligerent to the social construct and the narrative that the system want to hold. But you using the basketball analogy to develop a winning formula in order for you to properly execute your plan and maintain your motivation through all 4 quarters of the development. Big Mama House, 4 corner shuffle.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the